Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I am Adrian Ford, and we are here for a series announcement coming through the fall it'll stop before the end of the year. Mondays and Wednesdays, we will be reading chapter by chapter Fairy Tale by Stephen King, a Stephen King book, which I had heard nothing about until about a week ago. Went and picked it up, and it seems it might be a YA novel. So we're going to see exactly how this goes. Now look, linked in the description below, there will be a link to my personal channel where you should subscribe if you know what's good for you. And on that channel, I talk about movies, I talk about philosophy, I talk about general interest sort of stuff. But for this series here, Mondays and Wednesdays, this will be a 30 at least. There's 32 chapters. So there will be 32 chapter videos, a review video, an opening paragraph video, and possibly, so Stephen King is, I would say, Stephen King, I often say, is a masterful storyteller, but he's not necessarily a masterful writer. Writers and storytellers, different things. Writers are much more interested in the craft element of what it means to be a writer. The way I often explain it, Ernest Hemingway is known as a great writer because there's not an ounce of fat in his stories. But the story part sometimes suffers. Sometimes the story needs that cushion for the pushing, if you know what I mean. The story itself is what Stephen King is most interested in, not necessarily the craft of writing, which is semi-ironic because he's written probably, in my estimation, from the books that I've read, the best book on craft next to maybe The Art of Fiction. I am blanking on who wrote The Art of Fiction. I've got it around here somewhere. Anyway, On Writing by Stephen King. Very good. Half memoir. Which is pretty good, pretty interesting. But his portion on craft itself is really, really good. So the series for Fairy Tale, what's it going to look like? Each video will have a So What Happened portion where we talk about what happened in the chapter. I will go into, after that, a little bit of what I think was the good writing, bad writing in the section, and literary type analysis. So what is it that we can glean from this story? What is going on underneath the text as the words happen on the page? So that is the second sort of thing that we will be doing in these videos on the craft part of things. But September 7th, Wednesday, September 7th, we will have chapter 1 here on the channel, followed by Monday, the 12th, will be chapter 2. So I'm going to have in the description below, right past the link to my personal channel, where you should subscribe, if you know what's good for you. Right past that, I will have the full schedule of how this is going to break down. But again, the review for this should fall on December 28th, which is a Wednesday. And then shortly into the new year, we will have the extracurricular videos, a video on the opening paragraph, maybe a top 10 quotes from, that's what I was talking about. That's where I got so off the rails. I'm not sure about a top 10 quotes from this book, because, like I was saying, like I had gotten lost saying, Stephen King is a great storyteller, not necessarily a great writer. Not a lot of quotable moments in a lot of Stephen King, at least to my estimation. Now, Fridays here on the channel, if you are new here, Fridays will maintain their current sort of rhythm of poetry discussion, short story discussion, writer's quote, and opening paragraph video. I'm going to keep on that through the year, and I'm not sure where things will go after the new year, after after the year turns leaves. We will see where it is after that. But yeah, again, this Wednesday, chapter 1 of Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I hope to see you there.